welcome to F.A.C.E.
Hi, Dale. Can you hear me?
Yeah, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, yes, it's Sanchaita.
Sanchaita. What a
But
pleasure to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from India. I'm from the northeast part of India, but I live in here in UK, in London.
Yeah, it sounds from your accent. I mean, you have a very clear accent.
Is it?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
great.
Thank you so much for, this is great. I just wanted to say, you guys are amazing. Dale, Blake, Steve, Amanda, great. Your
Oh,
whole team.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you for the service. Yes.
oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you drop into F.A.C.E. and check it out every once in a while or watch the videos.
Yes, I do. And I remember you had approached me, I think to be in 3 years ago, but I just chickened out. I said, no, I was in
Oh,
that zone where, I'm not going to do anything, but I'm now
okay.
slowly coming out of
Yeah,
my
well, good to
cocoon.
good to be here to see you stretch yourself and do it because you know what? I have learned that when we communicate our ideas to other people, we actually fine tune it for ourselves and also tend to put out our best stuff because we do it with, care and precision and try and be as spot on as possible. So, are we looking at did you want to share your screen,
Uh,
Sanchata?
if you want to, but I don't have
I'm going to
much
stop
to
sharing
say.
mine so you can share
Okay.
yours. There is a green
Okay.
button saying share screen. So
Yeah,
click
so
on
at least
that.
you could show your blog site or something. It's I don't know if you've used Zoom before, but it's a little green box with a
Yeah,
share.
yeah, she found
So,
it. There we go.
all right. So before we get to the markets,
Yeah, sure, go
it's
ahead.
always very interesting to me to hear how uh, people ended up in this industry and what people may have been mentors to you or important books that you wrote or are you
Red.
self-taught
Yeah.
how did it start for you
Oh, yeah. Just trading or just,
trading
yeah, yeah.
trading or getting involved in the markets being aware of them and wanting to learn how to exploit them
Yeah, I've been um, I started my first trade. I put my first trade in 2010. I think that was kind of I went to a seminar,
hmm
and it was a property seminar, funny enough. And then there was a small
okay.
thing about wealth. But I always wanted to. I was always interested in the currency market, not stock, because I learned about. I mean, I did a bachelor's in commerce, so I did have stocks, and I didn't like that when I was doing in college. I didn't like that, but I was very interested in the forex market. So yeah, when I went there to the seminar, I was like, oh yes, I know that. I wanted to do that. So that's it. I did a 2-day course on forex, and I thought, yeah, I nailed it.
Yeah,
so
right.
it was a start. It was a humble start for me, and then from there, I just didn't give up. I think I just carried on. I failed and failed and failed and failed more, and I'm still here. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
love the markets, and the market has actually bruised and battered me. And from the person, from the she woman or the he man, as you think you are, and it has just humbled me to the ground. And it's nice to be here, and it's nice to be with people like you, because I've been around so much, and I've done so many courses and so many things that yeah, I know what to do, what not to do. And at some point you understand that. You know what I mean? There's a
well,
lot
the
is out
first
there.
part of every trader's journey is learning to be a survivor. So
I see.
and because a lot
It's been 10
and
years.
being a survivor doesn't mean that you didn't have negative experiences like blowing up accounts. Most people I know have
Yes,
blown
done
up at
that.
least
Yeah.
one.
Oh yes.
So I've exceeded that number. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about what you're focused on now? I see you have the Nasdaq. Do you like
Yeah.
trading stock
Yeah.
indices? And maybe you could explain to us what you have down there, are they GAN numbers? 1, 9, 17?
No, I'm a
What are they?
Ichimoku.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Nasdaq girl, but I like my Ichimoku. So these are the Ichimoku numbers. Yeah, it has touched.
Okay.
It
I've never
has.
seen them expressed this way. You always see the clouds, you know,
Oh yeah,
Sanchaitas.
because this is yeah. I have the clouds too. Where is it? This is a bit little. Yeah, I was told a little advanced. It just falls on those lines. But yeah.
Anyone teach you how to use this? You know,
Yeah. As I
yeah,
said, my husband says I'm a course junkie because I just love learning about the markets and I like to implement it.
okay.
And so there you go. So yeah. So this is so you start with the lowest fractal level and then you go all the way. You place it out there to the far, and from there, every number the market kind of turns either way. It has, and it's given like 1 or 1 day either side of the number. You'll see some kind of changes. But if I see the fib lines, it has touched. I like Nasdaq because it moves.
Yeah.
And it also, yeah, it's already done 50%. It's up, tested up there, and then it's again touching a very major fib
What's
level
your
here.
next number between 17 and 26? Does it forecast direction or just a turning point when it gets there?
No, these are Dale. These are thing numbers.
Yeah,
They're not numbers. They're days.
days. Oh, okay. All right. Number of days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why
So
do
the
you
ninth
select those?
day
Okay. I could
is
understand
17.
certain numbers, but and you're saying these are
These are
Ichimoku
numbers from,
numbers?
yeah, Ichimoku numbers. I haven't done those. I'm not, intelligent enough to do that. I just
That,
follow it.
it's interesting. So, were you in a position to ride it down or ride it back up? Or were there any signals, or were you feeling? Because I know I was short near the top, but I certainly, for me, and I'm curious for you. In fact, sometimes I ask myself why I even have objectives because I'm rarely there for my final target. So it's one thing to be a good analyst and make a good call. It's
Yeah.
better to even execute that idea and make a trade. But for me, the most difficult part is a good hold and
Yes.
staying with a trade. Do you have any kind of issues with that or a technique that you could mentor me about how to stay in the
Mentor
position
you.
longer?
I usually trade. I usually do. I do day trading on that. I don't do long term on Nasdaq. I do swing trades on Forex. That's how I
Okay.
started. But I just take little amounts from Nasdaq. I
Okay.
overnight
And,
trades.
and this is, but you don't day trade NASDAQ off a daily, do you? You probably
No, no,
drill
no,
down.
no.
So
So
show us
and
what you use when you're trading NASDAQ.
I do that. I have my levels, like, I like my support and resistance. So I start on, if I say have Ichimoku there in this
Yeah.
one, on that only the days I use that for, okay, is it a long day or a short day for me? I use those lines for that. And also the Ichimoku also tells me if it's a long day or a short day on a 4-hourly. And then on an hourly,
How does
it's
it tell you
basically,
that? How does it tell you that?
oh, Ichimoku is
Just by
simple. Like, so
crossing?
I take the crosses, but also the
Okay.
cloud. The cloud
Yeah.
itself is a huge one. And then I like Ichimoku because, and I think Ichimoku is very good as far as, the beginners are concerned. Because there's a lot of support levels that you do not have to, in the beginning, you don't know where is the support, where is the resistance. So, the TK cross will tell you, and you can put your, your stop loss here. You can put your stop loss
Right.
in the, span B. So these are really nice, it's already there. I know it looks a bit busy, but it's just getting used to it.
Okay. Who taught you this?
A chaos trader, chaos trader.
Chaos trader. I'm not
He's
sure.
Carl. I think he's one of the, I mean, there's a lot of people who does Ichimoku, but as a teacher, I think he's one of the best.
Oh,
Yes. Is a
Okay, well
teacher,
that's
because a lot of people know it, but teaching is a different thing altogether, if you know what I mean.
I
You
do
have a lot
know.
of patience. Yeah, of course, you are one.
You have to be very patient.
Yeah,
In
exactly,
fact, I'm
exactly.
not always. There's a Van Morrison song called "Why Do I Always Have to Explain?" over and
Yeah,
over again.
in there.
But yeah, it's also very rewarding to see people get it and then begin to
Yes,
outperform you.
yes.
So
I started coaching at 2013, and that was like, because I had the blog. I was so bored. I just got the blog out, forexdiva.co.uk. If you
mhm,
guys, and then from there, a lot of people said that, come on, can you teach me? And I'm like, me, I am still learning. What will I teach you? But
yeah,
then, and then they said that, can you just teach me basics? I said, yeah, basics I can. That's all right. And
okay,
but I was not ready for coaching, so I just stopped there. But I think now I've found my purpose. I do want to share, and now because of this whole, we are in dead man's land, so this whole thing is so grim and whatever. And I think that, okay, fine, what's the worst thing if I die before that? How do I contribute to the world, to the society?
okay,
You feel like, the purpose has suddenly arrived now. So I think I've started now. I'm doing a workshop, in fact, on that, on how to trade the currency market.
okay. In fact, before we go off the air, I'm going to give you some time to show people how to find you, and you could talk about that event. Anything
Oh,
in
okay.
the Forex arena
In
that
the
has
forex,
your attention right now?
I did this today because I just saw the German ZEW number and the oil front contracts. It
Yeah.
continued to fail, so I just did EuroCAD, and it was above. Yeah, the 20
Oh,
moving
okay.
average. So that was nice. So
Yeah.
that's a stop loss in there. So
And
that
and
was,
these you swing trade.
yes. These are
Do
more
you do
fundamental.
multiples? Do you do multiples so you could take partial profits when things are
Yes,
working?
multiples meaning.
Multiple, like instead of doing one full size contract, maybe do 2.5s or
Yeah, I take
3.3s.
I half my trade and then let the other half flow. Is that what you mean? I do that. Yes,
Yeah,
I do that
yeah.
on Nasdaq. Mhm.
Okay. All right. So that's how you're scalping. Okay. And I'd be interested in any type of what's the view? You're in the UK right now.
Oh gosh.
Do you have a view on this pandemic as far as it being? I know it's you know not unprecedented. It happened 100 years ago, but I don't think we've ever shut the whole world down like this. You have any views on the outlook and whether you have confidence that governments are going to be able to hold this ball of wax together, and and do you think that they're going to keep the game open and trading open? Because they've come in, a lot of markets are doing things they really haven't done in a long time. Credit markets being intervened by the Fed. What crude did yesterday, I've never seen in my lifetime. Some of the
Yes.
candles that you look at in gold, the last few weeks, they look irregular to me, like liquidity isn't as good. Spreads are pretty wide. You have a
Yes.
view on what's happening in the financial world now and what you think, how we're going to come out of this? Or is this going to be long, drawn out, protracted problem?
Yes, it is going to be long because it takes, it's market cycle, so it'll take about 10 years minimum, at least. But
Oh,
I
okay.
tend to be a bit positive. Otherwise,
I'm glad you're here today.
Well,
All right, it's good. All right, so really, it's refreshing. Tell us what you're positive
I
about
I just
in
like to
this
be
environment.
positive. That's that is the way I am as a person.
Okay,
And
okay.
it just part of
We're
my personality.
opposites.
Is it? That's
I've
why
been
we
called
attract.
Negative Ned. You know, I was telling people about to get prepared for this virus, and you know how many people said to me, "Oh, you're paranoid, Dale. You're always so optimistic. You're always so negative."
Yeah.
And anyway, so the positive is your nature.
Yes.
So
And I think with adequate, your preparation is key. Anything you prepare it, and then you have your own, say for example, in trade, you have your stop loss, and that is your level. Once you have a stop loss, you know what you're going to lose. After that, you don't have to worry because you have already decided on what the amount you want to lose, and then it's not in our hands anymore. You just have to live it up and then go, to your garden or play with the kids and do whatever you want, but not look at a trade. That way, I think at the moment we don't know what's going to happen, so we just have to take one day at a time. And then you
right.
do the homeschooling and the whole household work and trade, and there's already a lot. And then watch some silly comedy movie just to
That's a great
relax.
idea. So when you put a trade on and your stop is in, do you walk away from your trading station and
Yes,
just let the market, because do you find it hard to
it
sit
is.
while you're
It
watching it?
Yes, because I'll be messing with stop loss after that, or I'll be saying,
Okay.
okay, now I need more, I need more. So the market runs, or trading psychology, it's like fear and greed. These two things run the market. So if we can control that, my main, trading has taught me a lot about myself as a person. So I feel that we need it's still work in progress. I think till I die it'll be work in progress, but you learn every day. And then talking with you and other people, I don't know why we have such a close community. I'm in that thing, like we need to talk, we need to connect, we need more communal, because
Right.
otherwise trading is a very, very closed net business, isn't it?
Yeah. It's great to have a community and people
Yes,
to collaborate with. So
yes,
I
together
want,
is better.
yeah,
That's my
1 + 1 can equal 11,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? So this is where people could find you if they went to
Yeah,
www.forexdiva.com.
Forex. So no, it's forexdiva.co.uk. I'm from UK.
Okay.
So
Okay.
ForexDiva, http, /forexdiva.co.uk. And once they download that, then they go to my Facebook group, because in Twitter, I cannot just handle the messages that I get. So I
Yeah.
get them to ask the questions in my Forex group, and my Facebook group. So that will take you, once you download that, I'll take you to the Facebook group, Facebook group. And then I nurture them there.
Well, like it or not, you're now my trading warrior sister,
Oh,
Sanchaita.
bless you.
And I hope that you and your loved ones remain untouched, and that pips rain down on you, and everyone you teach prospers, and
Thank
appreciate
you.
that you're a warrior and have had the
Oh.
perseverance to be in the business and hang in there and still be passionate about it. And congratulations on being interviewed by Dale Pinkert.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure is mine. And to be, to be in front of all you guys, you are wonderful, amazing people. Keep doing the good job. Well done. And thank you.
And you could find Sanchaita here at Forex Pro Diva on Twitter.
You know what?
And
My colleagues in UK, the one from STA, where I've qualified. I didn't even know that you can qualify, as an analyst. So they call me Bublé, which is like Michael Bublé, the singer.
oh my,
That's my
oh
Michael
my,
Bublé.
yeah, Michael Bublé.
Yeah, they call me Bublé because
Yeah.
that's my pet name, because it's
Oh,
Sanchaita S.B. Sharma, so B is my pet name, Bublé.
oh, yeah,
That's easier.
he's a great singer. So,
Oh,
okay,
yes, yes.
Bublé, it really was nice talking to you, and
And you.
appreciate meeting you and you coming and telling your story here to our community.
Thank you.
Good,
Thank you so
good
much.
hunting, my trading warrior sister.
And you.
Best to
Take care.
you and yours.
Take
All
care.
righty,
Bye.
everyone. So that's a
Bye for now.
wrap. Thank you very much, Sanchaita, and that's a wrap for us. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Remember, don't just count your pips, whether you're scalping or swing trading. Count your
Your
blessings.
blessings. Yes.
And we'll see everyone tomorrow. You're very welcome, Ola, Begang, and Didier, and Brock. We'll see everyone tomorrow. And good hunting the rest of the day. Adios. So that's a wrap.